Thank you, Joe. Yeah, we are going to turn the tables on Mike a little bit. Just a few basic questions that folks might be interested in learning more about Mike and how he goes about his job. Mike, I think it was in 1905 when Dan Patch went a mile in 55 and change, and there's people in the grandstand here that swear you were there at that race live. So tell us how you got started and how you got your professional start in this business.
Oh, my professional start was started coming to the races pretty much as a novice with the guys on a Friday or Saturday night after school, and then got into the gambling side. Everyday gambler from about 1980 to about 95, and then 95 when full card simulcasting came around. Phil Langley and John Johnston approached me about telling the people out of state about our product in Illinois, and that's where I got my start here.
Who are some of your mentors? Who did you learn from as you were coming up?
I read a lot of books. Ainsley's Complete Guide to Harness Handicapping, and of course when you start coming every day, you start getting your own opinions, but I think Bob Howell, Bobby the Roadrunner at Sportsman's Park, I thought he was certainly one of the best handicappers I'd ever seen, and a person that taught me a real lot about making money at the racetrack.
What kind of a handicapper are you? Do you look at trip? Do you look at current form? What variables do you take into account when you're looking at a race card?
As a gambler, I'm looking at the races as a contrarian. I'm looking for exactly the opposite. I'm not looking for the favorite. I'm looking for something that's going to pay something. I'm looking for something that's a little out of the norm. So you get a little different look at it from my point of view. As a public handicapper, I'm trying to give you the logical contenders, but as a gambler, you should be looking for value.
Well, you talk a lot about value. So what constitutes value, and then how do you find it?
You're looking for something that, again, out of the norm, maybe a horse that was on the lead, that was on a race day when speed was no good. The line looks horrible on paper, but you know that wasn't that bad. A horse that tried to close into a frontish wind. Anything that makes the line look a lot worse than it is, that's what I'm going for. Maybe a horse that should be 4-1, that's laying odds of 6 or 7-1. Always, always trying to bet against the favorite. I never, ever bet the favorite.
Now, computers have gotten into every aspect of our lives. How has the computer changed the way you handicap? Do you use a software program? Do you watch replays?
Computer has changed betting in two ways. One, you can go on a computer and see a replay of the horse you're looking to bet tonight, not only at Maywood, but if the horse raced at Yonkers or Ontario or Pompano Park, you can go on a computer and watch his replay. The secondary thing that's changed is you got a lot of computer bettors now, some of them really good, some of them really bad. On the nights they're having really bad nights, there's the possibility for really big nights for the regular guys.
Now, let's say a horse is coming here from Balmoral and he doesn't show a half-mile line, or conversely, if it's going to Balmoral after racing here. What do you look at when you're handicapping that race and a horse that doesn't show a line here?
Balmoral horses tend to be better than the horses of a similar class at Maywood Park, so notice horses that look pretty ordinary at Balmoral coming over to Maywood. They're going to race a lot better for the most part. Conversely, horses coming from Maywood are going to have to prove themselves at Balmoral because those races are very, very tough.
You handicap the card early?
Correct. Day before I start handicapping, 2 days out.
Do you take last-minute variables into account? Let's say you've handicapped the pick 4, but you get into it and you got a driver who's won 4 races and you maybe thrown out the horse that he's on. It was kind of iffy. Do you take another look at it then?
Sure, I'll look at it, but I try and do, again, the contrarian thing. If everybody's piling onto a guy that's having a hot night, that might make the price better on somebody that's not having such a hot night, so that's where I usually go.
This is kind of an interesting question. What's the difference between a good handicapper and a good gambler?
Well, I think most of the guys that come to the racetrack every night know how to handicap, but a lot of people don't know the idea of value, that you're trying to pick 2 $10 horses over the course of a night's a lot easier than trying to pick 8 $3 horses. So over the course of 250 nights, that's going to make all the difference, the discipline of winning and losing.
The takeout on the pick 3s and the pick 4s, I believe, is 15%. What's your view on the takeout?
I think it's turned a lot more people on. When we went to the 15% takeout at Balmoral, they were doing about 7,500 on a pick 4. Now we're up to 32,000, so it's gone up almost 400%. The biggest thing is it makes a lot more winners in that wager. You get a lot more winners in horse racing, obviously, those people get more involved, not only in the pick four, but in the trifectas, exactas. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Now, you're out here live, or you're at Balmoral live every night. You get a chance to see horses warming up. You get a chance to see horses scoring down. Is that meaningful to you?
It's meaningful, but I think people need to take more time to strategize their wagers. I mean, these wagers take a lot of thought. Try and put your tickets together in a formful manner, and I think over the course of a year, it's going to give you a lot better chance to win.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you.
Mike Antoniades, gambling since 1905. Very interesting, Bernie. Very interesting. We do have a driver change.